Big NBA rumors are heating up. Malik Beasley's name is everywhere, and teams like the Pacers, Knicks, Pistons, and even the Warriors are in the chase. Plus, there are trade whispers around Golden State and LeBron James that just won't go away. Before we get into all the details, make sure you subscribe to NBA Echoes and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest breakdowns, trade rumors, and NBA updates. Done? All right, let's dive in. After Malik Beasley's gambling case, multiple teams have started pursuing him, including the Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks, and Detroit Pistons. Right now, the frontrunner seems to be the Knicks, since they're contenders. But here's the catch. The Knicks are only offering Beasley a minimum contract. If New York does land him, that could mean Jordan Clarkson gets ignored in the process. The truth is, Beasley had a stronger season last year. Detroit could actually afford a $42 million contract, the same amount they handed to Duncan Robinson. But Beasley's case slowed things down and prevented them from making that move. Meanwhile, the Pacers have a $14 million disabled player exception, which they could give to Beasley. That would give him a clear contract and role, especially since Tyrese Halliburton won't be playing next season. Stat-wise, Beasley still proved his value. He averaged 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and nearly 4 out of 9 shooting from the three-point line. Even with that, he finished second behind Peyton Pritchard for 6th Man of the Year. Now, because he's available, any team could step in and take him. But Detroit is limited. They can only offer him $7.2 million because of non-bird rights. Beasley has already turned down bigger contracts before because he wants to prove himself. And according to Bobby Marks, the free agency market has dried up, but there are still a few names left out there, and Beasley is one of the better ones. Here's where it gets interesting. Golden State has not used their mid-level exception yet. They've been linked to Al Horford, but suddenly, Beasley has popped up as an option for the Warriors. If the Warriors decide not to give that exception to Horford, they could easily turn to Beasley. Golden State has been searching for a 6'4" or 6'5" three-point shooter, and Beasley fits that profile. Reports don't actually confirm the Warriors are moving toward Horford. They just say the team is hesitant. That means Beasley could still be an option, maybe even on a minimum contract. Don't forget, before Beasley joined Detroit last year, Golden State already considered him as one of their targets, right before turning to Buddy Hield in a sign-and-trade. If we look at who else can make an offer, the Brooklyn Nets have the biggest cap space, which means they can put the best deal on the table for Beasley. The Sacramento Kings also have a mid-level exception available, and so do the Washington Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets. Meanwhile, Golden State has been in other discussions too, including conversations with the Lakers involving none other than LeBron James. Now, let's set the record straight. This isn't exactly new news. It's trending now because Jake Fisher wrote about it. According to his report, in the past 18 months, Golden State has called the Lakers about a possible LeBron trade. The report doesn't say anything about the last few weeks or months. It only confirms those talks happened within that time frame. The Lakers, of course, had no interest in letting LeBron go. They want to keep him around to build their roster and prepare for Luka's future. In short, the story is just picking up steam again, heading into training camp. But it doesn't mean a LeBron trade is happening right now. That's how the NBA works. Rumors, speculation, and especially the Lakers always drive headlines. The report points back to the past 18 months during LeBron's time with the Lakers and Steph Curry's Olympic run. In theory, Golden State doesn't even have a real trade package for LeBron today. The only realistic scenario would be sending Draymond Green along with other players. And in that theory, the Lakers would also need to include pieces of their own. Golden State would have to wait until Jonathan Kuminga signs his new contract first before he could even be part of a deal. If the Lakers allowed such a move, Golden State would still have to sign Kuminga and then include him as part of the package. But remember, Lakers ownership isn't interested in letting LeBron go. They want to keep him, and that decision doesn't just come from the GM, it comes from the top. According to Keith Smith, Golden State probably won't be signing LeBron anyway because they don't want to complicate things with Kuminga. If he doesn't sign before October 22nd, he'll only have the option of a qualifying offer, which makes things even more difficult. Now, circling back to Malik Beasley again, his own situation is still complicated. On top of that, the Miami Heat have become desperate to move Terry Rozier. They're willing to trade him in any package just to clear him out of the lineup. Miami especially wants to get Rozier off the books. Even though his contract was recently guaranteed, no team wants to take it because of the uncertainty around his case. The Heat aren't letting him go lightly either. Even though just a portion of his contract was guaranteed, they would still have to pay him. So while Miami keeps calling around, they're stuck paying part of his salary if he stays. At the same time, the Heat are keeping a wish list, including another big man, and if they can clear Rozier, they'll keep looking at options like Malik Beasley to strengthen their lineup.